Hello friends, this is Sai Fanindra from SQL School and over 14 years of technical expertise completely dedicated to Microsoft SQL Server and BI technologies, business intelligence technologies. I assure you complete practical and real-time training on SSIS, SQL Server Integration Services. Come on, let's understand slowly what is SSIS and our actual course details. So before we'll step in to the SSIS specifics. Here is the course plan. Our course is divided into total of 12 sessions and one real-time project, 12 technical classes and one additional class for real-time project. May take one or two classes depending on the length or the duration of the particular session. It's planned for about 1.5 hours for exclusively for the project work, and it's an e-commerce project wherein we shall be understanding from scratch how to read data from multiple sources and design something called as data warehouse. That's the main output or the main takeaway from SSIS component. So we shall start right from the introduction and slowly move on to data warehousing design and ETL concepts, the extraction, transformation, loading concepts, and step on to master child packages, deployments, migrations, events and error handling operations, and finally conclude with a project work for your resume and more practical exposure. So this SSIS course is a part of our MSBI course plan. It's a part of our MSBI course plan. So here it is, friends. Yes, as a part of our MSBI course, you see the complete diagram on the screen now. Let me just move it to the middle. We have SQL basics, mandatory to start with our SSIS classes. Yes, SQL basics are mandatory to start with SSIS. And just the basics, the overview knowledge of SQL Server TSQL should be fine to start with, and we shall take care about the additional learning required for SSIS. And apart from this, we shall be having extra additional classes for resume and interview guidance on the keyword stuffing and important, very important aspects of SSIS to sell our resume for a better price. That part is included in the course itself. Now let's understand what exactly SSIS means. Well, SQL Server Integration Services is mainly used for the purpose of data warehouse design. What is data warehouse? Let's see. Database is a platform to store any type of data, any amount of data. And there are 4 types of databases in this world: OLTP, OLAP, data warehouse, and a mix of all these 3 called HTAP. And we have other databases like structured databases, federated databases, distributed databases, etc. For now, I assume we are all very new to SSIS. So I'll take it from scratch. Because keeping in mind our day-wise curriculum and the material and the day-wise curriculum with the implementation model, right from the architecture components to big data inputs and different types of transformations, different techniques of data warehousing concepts like type 1, type 2 techniques, checksums, and fact load activities, and other integration, deployment, migration, and security concepts. Keeping them in mind, let's take it from scratch. OLTP, Online Transaction Processing Database, live real-time database. Anything live like a live cricket match, a live stock market operations, or a live online banking or online reservation system. It comes under OLTP, OLAP, Online Analytical Processing Database. Yes, this database is mainly used for big data analysis. Yes, understanding the trends of data and forecasts. And here we use MSBI, SSIS, SQL Server Analysis Services, like weather forecasts, past temperature analysis and forecast. A live cricket match example OLTP, then expected run rate, forecast calculations, analyzing the past data and forecasting the future, expected run rate, or weather forecasts, stock market trend analysis and forecast speculations, etc. Data warehouse. This data warehouse is a key component for our course. It is used to store old and historical data. It is used to store old historical data. And here it is, MSBI, SSIS, SQL Server Integration Services. We shall be using MSBI SSIS component for working with this data warehouse design and data loads. So keeping in mind our actual practical classes from the very next chapter, make sure we get these three different definitions carefully. And what is SQL Server now? Yes, we understood database, types of database, and now let's see SQL Server. A software, a DBMS, database management system, used to store, database management system to store, or simply say to store and manage, databases of any size, to store and manage databases of any size. And here it is, friends, advantage. Here comes the advantage of SQL Server: unlimited users and cheaper and easy usage. Now, with this information, let's understand now what is MSBI. Yes, Microsoft Business Intelligence, a suite of tools, a set of tools to design data warehouse and OLTP databases. Sometimes a mix of these three called HTAP databases, hybrid transactional analytical processing databases. And of course, the purpose of MSBI not only to design these databases but also to design reports. Advantage of MSBI, again, cheaper, easy to use and less cost of ownership. It's all about pricing here. SQL Server and Microsoft products are known for comparatively a competitive, cheaper pricing. And what's the difference between MSBI and Power BI? MSBI is mainly used to design databases and reports, whereas Power BI is completely to design reports, just only reports, nothing else. Now, the type of reports we design in MSBI versus the type of reports we design in Power BI can be different or are different. For example, if you take a reporting services MSBI report, it can be something like this. It can be something like this. It's a report designed in SSRS. Whereas if you take Power BI, if in case, if we or our company decided to use or our project implementation is going for Power BI for reports, then the outcome would be in a different way. For example, on my screen, you click on one particular tile, we call TILE tile, then other tile changes automatically. This is called interactive report. Further, we can also see live operations, live data operations, something like this. These kind of live reports are possible using, or live streaming reports are possible using Power BI. Yes, the main purpose of MSBI, the main purpose of SSIS is data warehousing components. It's more into data warehouse design. However, we can do customized and enterprise reporting as well. Power BI is completely dedicated to reporting. So Power BI can make use of the databases designed using MSBI technologies as its data source. So MSBI is like a cake piece and Power BI is like a cream on your cake. Really, friends, something like that. Now, in SSIS, we are learning one particular layer of that specific cake. Yes, the base. The base is what we are learning now. Come on, here it is. The differences between three components of MSBI. SSIS, data warehouse design. It's mainly for ETL, extraction, transformation and loading. SSIS, SQL Server Analysis Services, to design OLTP databases and to perform ETL activities, extraction, transformation, loading, and SSRS. The purpose of SSRS, is mainly for reports, just to design reports. So the main base, the actual cake piece, the bread will be baked in SSIS as well as in SSIS. Well, next, here we have the integration components within MSBI environment, either database data, non-database data. Any type of data can be given to our MSBI suite of tools. So in SSIS from today, we are going to understand about the yellow box data warehouse databases and its integration to reporting and integration to analysis services. The green items over here are the tools we are going to install and use in our next class, from our next class, very next class. Yes, let's talk about the prerequisites. Before that, so we understood that now SSIS is a component used for data warehouse. Yes, used to read, understand and operate on any type of data. The operational examples include sorting, searching, merging, union, pivot, conditionally splitting the data, data cleansing, looping, etc. The main purpose of SSIS, data warehouse design. In this process, we can also perform data extraction, loading and all ETL operations. So the main purpose of SSIS now, to perform extraction of data, transformation operations like merge, sort, etc. and loading the data from any environment to any other environment, like from Excel to SQL Server, SQL Server to MySQL or Oracle to Sybase or any format, or from a website tables to SQL Server tables. Anywhere to everywhere, we can load data using SSIS. And that is one side of the coin, ETL. Other side of the coin, data warehouse design. And common to both sides, we got SQL admin activities as well as SQL operations, like data warehouse migrations, Excel or regular Microsoft MS SQL, any type of coding activities can be performed with nice user interface. So our actual SSIS course plan includes total of 13 sessions, 12 sessions, completely technical, nice examples, full length example based classes with 2 mock tests and the real-time project implementation. So 12 complete practical classes and 13th class would be about the project, and in between we got 2 mock tests. And this SSIS course also includes concept-wise interview questions in advance, study and practice material, mock interviews, real-time project requirements and specification, including complete solutions. There are 2 different solutions to be taken, one for star, one for snowflake. The star and snowflake are 2 different types of star and snowflake are 2 different types of implementations for the data warehousing concepts. So we shall be taking both solutions for a e-commerce project as a part of our course curriculum, and here is the complete diagrammatic approach for the data source. Yes friends, we need to learn a lot. Really, we need to learn a lot. So I require your cooperation. I mean to say, friends, yes, we need to practice on time. We need to practice on time to get everything in a cool, slow pace, step by step, including project-oriented FAQs for your interviews, as well as MCSA, Microsoft Certified Solution Associate 7767 exam for SSIS and its material. It's a part of our course curriculum. And finally, prerequisites. Knowledge on SQL Server basics, and make sure you have SQL Server 2016 or higher version. 14 is also okay, 14 or 12 is also okay, but 16 is a recommended practice, recommended approach for our course. Make sure you have SQL Server 2016 or higher, and also knowledge of SQL Server basics. That should be enough. You have SQL Server installed in your computer, then you are good to start the course. So no additional hardware, software requirements except making sure you have SQL Server installed on your computer. Well, just in case, if you're already aware of SQL Server and looking for the SQL Server installation files, you can find them on our website sqlschool.com/downloads. This particular website, this particular web page contains information about all the downloads pertaining to SQL Server. For our SSIS classes, we need additional lab orientation. That part will be taken care in our very next class anyway. No worries. That part will take care separately. In our very next class, we'll start the practice, and before we start the practice, we'll configure our lab. Prior to configuration of the lab, make sure you have SQL Server installed on your computer. With this information, we'll stop for now and make sure you revise SQL basics for easier and better understanding of the subject. With this, we'll stop for today. Thank you very much.